In today's YouTube video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the new top 5 best meta loadouts to use here after the Season 1 Reloaded update. Now, if you're having any trouble getting high kill games, nukes, increasing your KD, these builds are guaranteed to help you out a ton. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now, getting into our first weapon here, we have the Krixie, which we all know is probably the best weapon in the entire game. It's really good up close, really good at long range. It doesn't matter where you use this weapon. It is super broken. Now, I have an 8 attachment build to make sure you are running Gunfighter with this class up, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the optic here, which my go-to is going to be the Kepler Microflex. But like I say in my videos, use what you have unlocked, use your favorite optic. For me though, that is going to be the Kepler Microflex. This, in my opinion, is the easiest and best optic to use in the entire game. Now for the muzzle here next, we're going to be adding on the suppressor. Now you could go with the compensator if you really wanted to, but for this class setup, we're going to keep it stealthy. We're going to be quiet to go on those higher kill streaks, help increase our KD, help us get our first nuke. So we're going to go crazy with the suppressor here and be a ghost on the map. So we're going to add this on for a second attachment. Now for the barrel here next, we're going to be adding on the Gain Twist barrel. Now the Krixie, we all know, is really good at longer ranges, so what we're going to work on is just strictly bull velocity on this class. So we're going to add this on, increase our bull velocity, which is going to go up by 40%, so our bullets are going to be traveling very quickly as soon as we start shooting this gun, and your bullets are going to be instantly hitting your target. So it's going to make this weapon even better in those longer range gunfights, in any gunfight really, so make sure to add on the Gain Twist barrel. If you need help unlocking anything here in Black Ops 6, make sure to check out U4GM. They can help you with any challenge in the game, from camo challenges to any hard challenge in the game. They also provide very cheap codes to redeem, like XP codes and rare skins. Go use my code PARA for 5% off. Next, we're going to jump into the underbarrel here, and I'll give you two choices. You have the vertical foregrip, and then you have the Ranger foregrip. Now, the vertical foregrip is going to help with more horizontal recoil control if you need that, but with this attachment, you are going to get a very small amount of gun kick control if you need a little bit more help controlling your shots. Now, if you want that more of an aggressive playstyle but have a little bit of horizontal recoil control still, go with the Ranger foregrip. Now, I personally like the Ranger foregrip just because I'm getting that sprinting movement speed. So when I start my tactical sprint, which I only tactical sprint in this game with how my settings work, I'm always going to be running very quickly around the map, and this attachment is going to help me move even faster. So having this on is going to allow us to have that more of aggressive playstyle, see more people on the map, get into more engagements, and get those higher kill games, in my opinion. So for me personally, the Ranger foregrip is my go-to for the underbarrel. Now for the magazine, you have the extended mag 1 or the flip mag. It's really on how you want to play this. Do you want to reload faster and get aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, but you lose 5 bullets in your ammo? But with the extended mag, we're going to go up to a 45 round mag, just depending on your playstyle. Do you spawn trap a lot? Do you not like to reload a lot? And with this, the extended mag, you are losing some reload quickness, but you really can't tell that, which my go-to personally is going to be the extended mag 1. 45 bullets is plenty. If you hit your shots, accurate build like you have here, you're never going to have to reload. You don't have to reload every time you get into a kill, every time you get into a gunfight. After a kill or 2 or 3, you're going to keep trucking, you're going to keep going crazy, not slow your flow down all the time. So personally, the extended mag 1 is my go-to extended mag. Now for the rear grip here next, we are going to be adding on the commando grip. This can help with aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. The sprint to fire speed on this weapon really isn't the best, so the commando grip is my go-to, aiming down sights faster, shooting faster off a sprint, so we are going to be adding on the commando grip. For the stock here next, we are going to be adding on the balanced stock. It's going to help with mobility. We're moving faster around the map with that Ranger foregrip, strafing movement speed, aim walking movement speed, and everything. So the balanced stock is my go-to stock when using this weapon. And then for our final attachment, we are going to the fire mod, and we're going to either add on the recoil springs or the overpressured rounds, or bull velocity, or a bit extra horizontal and vertical recoil control. It's really on what you want to run, but for me personally, you know, sometimes if my shot's feeling off, I'll add on the recoil springs, but most of the time I'm going to add on the overpressured rounds with that extra bull velocity. But here's the full build for this, and we will take this weapon into the firing range real quick just to show you guys up close, very up close, medium range, and even at 50 meters, this weapon is going to hit shots very easily. Now for our second weapon here, we have the PP919 SMG, which is one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Slow fire rate, really good at long range, very accurate, and it hits pretty hard for an SMG. But for my class setup here, we're going to have a 5 attachment build, so you do not need to add gunfighter or anything. And if you want to let me know in the comments real quick, what is your go-to wild card when playing Black Ops 6? But we're going to start with the muzzle here, and we're going to be adding on the compensator. Now, the compensator is the best muzzle still in the entire game. You're getting the most vertical recoil control, the most gun kick control out of all the muzzles. But the good thing about the PP919 with the compensator, you're actually getting horizontal recoil control as well. I don't think any other gun in the entire game gives you horizontal recoil control when you throw on the compensator for any other gun in the game. So this is going to be unique for this class setup. So this can be the only attachment we need for recoil control, accuracy, or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on for my first attachment. Now for the barrel here next, we are going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. Now the damage range is good on this weapon. I do want to make it a little bit better just in case we're going against like the Krig C, which that gun is pretty popular right now. So we do want to be able to outgun that, but even marksman rifles, LMGs, snipers, we want to have that advantage at longer ranges. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel, increase our damage at long range, increase our bullet velocity to help our bullets travel faster and air to hit our targets quicker. So add on the reinforced barrel, it's going to help out a ton in those longer range gunfights. Now for the magazine, I do personally like either the Fast Mag 2 or the Fast Mag 3. It's really on what you want to run. Do you want to run a 30 round mag or 40 round mag? Personally for me, I like to go more the 40 round mag. You know, we are getting that aim down sight speed still. We're getting that sprint to fire speed. Regardless of what you use, you are increasing your handling here. The Fast Mag 3, Fast Mag 2, you're getting more handling. It's going to help you be more aggressive in those gunfights. You're aiming down sights faster. You're shooting faster off a sprint. Have that aggressive playstyle. My go-to most of the time is the Fast Mag 2, which I'm going to be throwing on in today's class setup. Now we're going to the rear grip here next. I'm going to give you 3 choices. Now, if you don't use omni movement, if you're not sliding or anything, go with the commando grip. You're just going to get aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Now, the ergonomic grip and the CQB grip is going to be attachments if you use the omni movement, and it's just a little bit different on what you prefer more. Do you prefer more aim down sight speed or sprint to fire speed with your omni movement? Now, they do the same thing. You're getting dive to slide fire speed and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. So it really just depends. If you want sprint the fire speed time, go with the CQB grip, or if you want aim down sight speed, go with the ergonomic grip. For me personally, I do like my sprint to fire speed time. This weapon already has some good aim down sight speed, so I'm going to go with the CQB grip. And then for my final attachment on this weapon, we are going to go to the stock here, and we're going to be adding on the nose stock. That's going to increase our movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and strafing movement speed, and we're going to get a 15% increase in our movement speed, so we're moving a little bit faster around the map, and we actually do get better mobility rather than the balance stock here. But if you want that aim walking movement speed, go with the balance stock. But for me, I like to move faster around the map. The mobility is good on this weapon already, so I'm gonna go with the nose stock. But here's the full build for this. Really good, no recoil, really good at long range, and we are gonna take this weapon into the firing range real quick. You already know we're gonna show you this weapon at 5 meters, really good, 10 meters, 25 meters, and even at 50 meters for an SMG. This thing is just actually wild. Now for our next weapon, we have another SMG, the C9 for weapon number 3 here. Now I want to put this on this list just because it is a really good SMG up close. We all know that, but it's also really good at longer ranges. Now it doesn't do nothing like the Tanto, but it is very close at range with the Tanto. So this and the Tanto are the best long range SMGs in the entire game. But we have a 5 attachment build here, and we're going to start with the muzzle, and we're going to be adding on the compensator. Now, the good thing about the compensator on the C9, it gives you the most vertical recoil control out of every single weapon in the entire game when adding the compensator. So you're getting a lot of vertical recoil control, but also a lot of gun kick control. So this weapon is not going to have any recoil whatsoever. You're going to be super accurate in your gunfights, up close, long range. You are going to be hitting your shots. So we do want to add on the compensator for our first attachment. Now for the barrel next, we're going to add on the long barrel. Now, the bullet velocity on this weapon is already good. I want to add on the long barrel to make this weapon super dangerous in those longer range gunfights. Against assault rifles, LMGs, marksman rifles, snipers, does not matter what you're going against. The long barrel on the MP5, the C9, whatever you may call it, is super dangerous. We're going to add this on and make this weapon super nasty at longer ranges. Now we're going to skip over the underbarrel and go to the magazine here, and we're going to be adding on the first extended mag. Now, the plays that you're able to make with an extended mag in this game is just actually insane. The time to kill is a little bit fast in this game as well, so with the time to kill being perfect on this SMG, you're going to be able to mow people down. You don't have to reload hardly, so you're going to go crazy. You don't have to slow your flow down or anything like that, so go ahead and add on the first extended mag. Now for the rear grip here, we're going to be adding on the ergonomic grip. Now the sprint to fire speed on this weapon, I think it's pretty nice. Now I want to work on some aim down sight speed, but with me having that omni movement play style here, I'm always sliding, I'm always diving. I'm going to add on the ergonomic grip, so I'm shooting faster off a slide, off a dive, but I'm aiming down sights faster. But again, If you don't use Omni Movement, go with the Commando grip or use the CQB grip if you prefer Sprint to Fire speed with your Omni Movement playstyle. So again, it just matters, depends on your playstyle, but for me personally, I'm going to add on the ergonomic grip for the C9 here. And then for my final attachment, we're going to work on a little bit more mobility. So we're going to the stock here, and we're going to be adding on the balanced stock. We're going to get some strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, aim walking movement speed, just working on some mobility, help us move a little bit faster around the map. So we're going to add this on for our final attachment. Here's the full build for that, and we're going to take this weapon into the firing range. And I'm telling you, the MP5 is definitely an easy SMG to use in the entire game. I mean, it's super broken. Now, for weapon number 4 here, we have the strongest assault rifle in the game, which is the AK-74, the AK-47, whatever you may call it. We have a 5 attachment build on this weapon here, and we're going to actually start with the muzzle for this attachment, and I'm going to switch it up a bit. Most of the time, I am using an optic, so this is going to be an iron sight build. We're going to start with the muzzle here, and we're going to add on the compensator. Now, the AK-47, the AK-74, it doesn't have bad recoil, but it has bad gun kick, so we definitely want to add this on, calm that gun kick down, make the vertical recoil control a lot easier to use. So in those gunfights, we're going to be accurate, we're controlling our shots vertically, and we're controlling our gun kick, so the weapon is more smooth, it's more calm, so you are going to be accurate in those gunfights now with the AK-74. So go ahead and throw on the compensator. Now for the barrel here next, we are going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. Now the damage range is good on this weapon, but I do want to make it a bit easier so our time to kill is faster in those longer ranges, but I do want to give you faster bullet velocity. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel to increase our bullet velocity and damage range at the same time. This barrel on this weapon just makes this weapon super overpowered, unstoppable, god tier. I mean, this weapon, in my opinion, you want to add on the reinforced barrel to the AK-74. Now, we're going to be going to the underbarrel here next, and we're going to be adding on the vertical foregrip. This can help with horizontal recoil control and a very small amount of gun kick control. So we're going to get horizontal and vertical recoil control and gun kick control. So add this on. Your weapon isn't going to move whatsoever. You're going to have full control of this weapon now. And if you don't want to add this attachment, you can go with the Ranger foregrip if you want a little bit more mobility with your weapon or playstyle, whatever you want to use it for. But personally, for me, I like the vertical foregrip on this weapon. Now, we're going to skip the magazine here and go to the rear grip, and we're going to be adding in the commando grip on this weapon. Now, we're going to get aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Now, this is the strongest weapon in the game for assault rifles, but I'm not really a fan of the handling. So I definitely want to increase my aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed so I can have that run and gun aggressive play style. So we are going to add this on. And then we're going to get to our final attachment here, and you have 2 attachments that you could choose from. Now, you can go either the stock. I like to go with the light stock if you want the best mobility for your weapon. You're moving very quickly, or you can go with the balanced stock. You're getting a little bit of everything for your mobility: strafing movement speed, aim walking movement speed itself, hip fire movement speed, or, which I do like to use with the mobility being okay on this weapon, I like to go to the fire mods and either add on the overpressure rounds for more bullet velocity, which is always good, or add on the recoil springs if my aim's a little bit off. So I'm always going back and forth, but depending if the hands are hot, they're warm, my shots are on, or anything like that. But most of the time, I am adding on the overpressure rounds for that extra bullet velocity. But in my opinion, this is the best 5 attachment iron sight build for the AK-74, and we're going to take this weapon into the firing range to show you guys 5 meters, 10 meters, 25 meters, and if you can hit your shots, 50 meters, no problem. It's super easy to use. And then get into our final weapon in today's video, guys. We have the Model L, which in my opinion, when it comes to accuracy and recoil control, this is the easiest weapon to use in the entire game. Now, when it comes to like time to kill and all that, I mean, it's okay, but definitely accuracy and recoil control, this is the easiest weapon, and all you need for this weapon is 5 attachments. And we're going to start with the optic here. I'm not really a huge fan of the iron sights on the blueprints or anything like that, so I like to use the Kepler Microflex. This is my favorite optic, and I do think this is the best optic in the game. Use what you have unlocked, use your favorite optic. For me, that is going to be the Kepler Microflex. Now for the muzzle here, we're going to add on the suppressor. You really don't need much recoil control for this weapon, but I'm going to add on the suppressor here. We're off the radar, we're staying stealthy, we're staying alive a lot longer to go crazy in those games, increase our KD, help us get a nuke. So we're going to add on the suppressor and just become a ghost on the map. Now for the barrel here, we're going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. This can give us a ton of bullet velocity and a very small amount of damage range. The damage range is going to help this weapon out a lot in those longer ranges. We're going to increase our time to kill, make it a bit faster to kill people in longer range gunfights. But the main thing is, though, our bullets are going to be instantly hitting our targets with our bullet velocity being very high. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel next, we're going to be adding on the vertical foregrip. This is going to help with some horizontal recoil control, and it's going to help with some gun kick control. This is going to help out a ton, just if you do have a little bit of trouble, controlling your shots, hitting your shots, you're not being very accurate, adding this on is going to help that out. It's going to smooth up those things. It's going to make you a little bit more accurate in your range gunfights. And then we're going to do for our final attachment, the mobility for this assault rifle is pretty good. So we're going to go to the rear grip here, and we're going to be adding on the commando grip. This is going to give some aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Just in case we do have to have that aggressive play style, we need to get up in people's faces, we need to get up close, aim down size fast, shoot fast off a sprint, we are going to add on the commando grip. But like I just said, in my opinion, when it comes to accuracy and recoil control, this is the easiest weapon to use in the entire game. And with the reinforced barrel, we're going to increase that time to kill in those longer range gunfights and make this weapon really good. And we're going to take this weapon into the firing range, and I'm going to show you guys 10 meters, 5 meters, 25 meters, and I mean 50 meters. I mean, this thing is super good. But in my opinion, these are the top 5 meta loadouts to use here after the Season 1 Reloaded update here in Black Ops 6. Go ahead and copy them down. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite build, and also if you get any high kill games, or if you want to let me know your best game you got with any of these builds, let me know. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope these builds help, and I'll see you on the next one.